Macquarie Uni North Harbour Rays head coach Geoff Townsend. Geoff, in the end, 7 tries to 3, I think it was. They just had a bit too much ammunition for us, didn't they?
Particularly early, the conditions early in the game was well over 30 degrees out in the field, and they had predominantly the ball for the first 25 minutes, and I think that's where the game was won. And we got back into the game, but we were always just that touch behind them. At 34-24, we were well and truly in the game. Then we had to try and play some sevens to try and create something. And I think there was about a dozen passes thrown from one side and back again. And then finally we turned it over and they scored. So, you know, considering two tries from scrums early in the game too, it's sort of been a bit of an Achilles heel for the course of the competition. And you know, we unfortunately that's the long and the short of it. Like, we never really got close enough to mount that challenge, and credit to them for how they played early.
A couple of decisions probably weren't that kind to us, but I suppose it didn't alter the result.
Oh, no, they were the better team on the day. And as I say, that what they did in that first 25 minutes by controlling the game and the possession dictated the result.
Let's talk about the future of the Rays. You know, you've been quite vocal about what needs to happen for us to get better, to compete, to play playoffs.
I'd just like a chance to have our players who belong to the Rays playing for us. You know, like it's just unheard of that. Like, once again, we played a team that had probably 6 to 8 Super Rugby players. We had 0 out there today. So again, we're not. It's not a level field. So until they can get that right, the Australian Rugby Union has got a problem with this competition. Yeah, can only agree with that. Do you feel as though you left the Rays in a better condition? I'm pleased with how we did, and as I say, it was probably not our best performance today, but the guys, they find a way. They keep putting in, and even today we were down 29-0 and got back to 34-24, so there's still a chance we could win the game. Thoughts about doing it again next year? Oh, mate, it's probably time for someone else to move into the fray. Like, I'd love to see Turtle and Hucks being given every consideration. They've done a fantastic job, and perhaps it's time for them to step up. You know, if push comes to shove and they want me involved in some way, shape or form, we'll have to consider it. But it's been pretty much 2 years now without a break, so it's back into clubland again pretty soon. And so I think this year's Warren has been a bit more testing on myself and maybe the other coaches personally. You know, like we just didn't feel that like the AAU saw it was wrong last year and didn't fix it. You know, and that really annoys me. You know, and we've had to compete against teams like the Vikings who play 15 professionals and bring 7 professionals off the bench. Like, it's just not fair. Yeah, it's a tough competition. You know, we're probably the quintessential NRC team. Really, the reason why it exists, giving blokes opportunities. Yeah, we have. We've as I said last week, we've lost 12 players to offers overseas. So that's great. We're developing players for higher honours, but it'd be nice to see a few of them playing rugby for one of the 5 franchises here in Australia. And I think a number of them could be. Well, let's hope it all pans out. But before we do all that, let's enjoy the night. Oh, we'll enjoy it with the boys. They deserve to have a bit of a good night in Bathurst, and let's hope we all behave. Sure we will. Thanks, Geoff. Great, Casho. It's been a pleasure, mate.